This grain of sand has found its way to the truth. Its persistence deserves reward, but any impudence will be punished. The familiar faceless voice takes on the form of the Demon Lord Areelu, the faceless Sphinx. Areelu, I have so many questions for you. Trembling with excitement, Nenio produces a crumpled piece of paper from her sleeve. What is life and where did it come from? Who created the very first god? Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Nenio stops abruptly. She turns toward you slowly and says in a dry, emotionless voice, "The absence of an answer is an answer too. Not every riddle needs to be solved. Some must simply be accepted. Impudence will be punished." Nenio, what's wrong with you? The faceless servants of the faceless Sphinx came to Golarion to find the worthy one and show him the way to knowledge, the path to the enigma. Nenio is nothing. It is a grain of sand lost in the vast expanse of existence. It has no purpose of its own, no will of its own, no past or future, no name. Nenio's body twitches. She grimaces slightly and then becomes emotionless again. It is an anomaly. It is an apostate, a nihility that tried to become something. It rejected its own essence and took on the name Nenio. The will of Areelu, the will of the universe itself, has been fulfilled. Now the anomaly will once more dissolve into nothingness. It will return to its previous state of non-existence. Nenio, fight her. Nenio recoils as if struck, then she goes still again. There is no Nenio. This was a mask, worn by the anomaly to give temporary shape to its nothingness. But Nenio is flesh and blood. She cannot be nothing. The body belongs to a faceless Sphinx cultist from Tianzia. The cultist completed a pilgrimage to Avestan, opened the path to the enigma, and appeared before the faceless Sphinx. She swore an oath, rejected her own existence, and became nothing. She forgot her name and dissolved into timelessness. This cultist's body was recreated to complete a sacred mission on Golarion. The anomaly was given shape so that it could serve the purposes of the universe, but it proved to be faulty. The anomaly altered its mind, excluding everything irrelevant and replacing it with whatever it deemed interesting. It took a false name and found a false purpose. Even so, the anomaly has still fulfilled its true purpose. Everything is as the universe intended. You should take a lesson from that grain of sand. What do you want from me? Areelu's will is the will of the universe. Areelu reads the secrets of the universe like an open book. She does not share any knowledge. Not every riddle needs to be solved, but she will allow you to become a part of the riddle, a part of herself. She will give the grain of sand a higher purpose. She will allow it to serve a cause bigger than its tiny self. She will make the grain of sand her avatar, power in exchange for service, meaning in exchange for usefulness. What will happen to Nenio? If the grain of sand needs the anomaly, it will stay. It is of no importance to the universe. What will I have to do as your avatar? The grain of sand will become a conduit for Areelu's will. It will serve as an instrument of reality itself. It does not need to know more. Let it be satisfied with the knowledge that it will serve a higher purpose. I have some unfinished business on Golarion. Areelu will not demand immediate service. The grain of sand will have time to finish what it started before it is summoned. The faceless Sphinx will accept the oath and will grant her mask to the grain of sand. The grain of sand will put it on and join the nothingness. It will join the universal consciousness. However, the last step to becoming an avatar is something that the grain of sand must do on its own. The person who opened the rift between the worlds, the one who proudly bears the name of Areelu Vorlesh. She thinks she can control the universe. Inconceivable insolence, unimaginable foolishness. She must be stopped. She must be punished. She must be shown the error of her ways. Areelu pauses for a moment, as if considering something. Yes. Soon the grain of sand will eliminate the one who opened the rift. It is important that while doing so, the grain of sand is wearing the mask of the faceless Sphinx. The Demon Lord's face is concealed, but you can still feel her imposing stare. Do it. Do as I command and earn your place beside me. You know, I've solved all your puzzles, and I even managed to acquire one of your masks. However, despite all your promises, no one has revealed the secrets of the cosmos to me. The faceless Sphinx says nothing for a long while. When she speaks again, you hear a note of displeasure in her voice. You surprise me, grain of sand. How did you solve the puzzle of the Enigma numbers if you have never been to the Enigma? What aided you? Fate? Blind luck? Or did you have assistance from the universal consciousness? However, it doesn't matter now. Those puzzles were created a long time ago, and they were not intended for you. Your time is here and now. There's no point in remembering past failures. Do you wish to deprive me of free will? Will you take away everything that makes me who I am? What is free will? What is personality? They are just masks of self-deception and conceit. The grain of sand should have learned this during his time in the Enigma. The grain of sand is nothing. Nothing cannot possess anything. Areelu does not take anything away. She only rewards. I reject your offer. The grain of sand's consent was needed to simplify the process. A refusal to give consent would lead to the complications, but not alternatives. The grain of sand will become Areelu's avatar, for that is the will of the universe.
An anomaly, an apostate, a nihility that tried to become something. It rejected its own essence and took on the name Nenio. But this was merely a mask, a hollow shell that gave temporary shape to its nothingness. An insignificant variable in the universe's equation, an infinitesimal quantity, nothing.
Is this true?
It is pointless to doubt the axiom. The anomaly only exists because it is Areelu's will.
Your amazing ability to forget everything you consider irrelevant. Is that a gift from Areelu too?
Knowledge and ignorance are just two spheres of the same plane. Where one of them ends, the other begins. The great Areelu holds domain over both, deciding where and how one should morph into the other. Her followers possess the same powers, at least in regard to their own pitiful knowledge and memories. In its desire to become something more, the anomaly forgot everything else. And then it drew a false conclusion about its own uniqueness.
Is the circle tattoo on your shoulder also related to Areelu?
The anomaly desired to be something instead of nothing. It tried to reject its natural state. In a twist of cosmic irony, the anomaly tried to distinguish itself as something, by marking its body with the symbol of nothing.
Let's leave this place, Nenio.
Nothing should remain nowhere. It should stop striving to become something.
I saw how you resisted Areelu's will. You didn't want to listen to her. You cannot be nothing, because nothing has no desires of its own.
This is a logical argument. But what Areelu says is also true. So what course of action should be taken when two truths contradict each other? Is it possible to accept one of them and consider the other conditional? Yes. I wish. The anomaly's wishes are irrational. There is a large probability of error, and the risk of making an incorrect decision is too high.
What about our experiments? We got drunk together. We had long conversations. One time we nearly even copulated. Was all that nothing too?
The anomaly was nothing, having no memories or knowledge of its own. But it explored the world, conducted experiments, and received assistance from the boy. Its emptiness was filled. Will these memories be enough to turn nothing into something? Do they give value to the anomaly and make it more than an infinitesimal quantity? Right. Then I guess I will accept your point of view as the truth. After all, I like it more than the other one. This place is so boring. Why did I want to come here? Oh, yes. New knowledge. An experiment. Our whole life is a fascinating experiment with an unknown conclusion. I should have known that no one was going to give me any exclusive, new, super important secret knowledge for free. Knowledge is gained through sweat, blood, pain, and experiments. All right. I think we should move on now. Lead the way. And I'll think up a new research project for us to conduct together. As for this experiment, I suggest that we consider it complete. Also, thank you, boy. For all that I remember, and for all that I've forgotten.
And there we have it.